I just got my bangs cut, so please ignore them. They definitely need some growing out. Purposely had them cut a little bit shorter so I wouldn't have to cut them myself for a little while. I look like a very mature Matilda. Oh, I hate it so much. Hey everybody, CR Media Gal here, also known as Andrea. Welcome back to my channel. I apologize for the lighting. I'm in my bathroom currently because I'm going to do a bit of a get ready with me and a little chit chat update about life. The echoing, the lighting isn't ideal, but this is generally where I get ready. So I just didn't feel like having to shift all of my stuff out into my bedroom to do this video. I haven't done like any sort of a health or personal update with you guys in a year now. I can't believe that past video is a year old. But also I haven't done a get ready with me in probably at least 2 years. It's been a while. Got a number of new products recently that I actually want to test out on camera, both makeup and skincare. So yeah, let's jump right in. I was just at my sister's and playing with 2 dogs for over an hour, so I'm gonna start by washing my hands because
they smell like dog.
Which of course I don't mind. I love dogs, but I'm gonna wash my hands really quick before I start touching my face. So like I said, I've been testing out a lot of new products recently, including a lot of new skincare. I'm trying to get into a really good skincare routine. Might be too little too late at this point. I'm gonna try anyway. I'm gonna mention all the products in case you're curious, and I will try to link them down below as well if I can. I did start out earlier before I started filming this, the Ordinary Sorbial? I'm probably saying that wrong. Glucoside solution, 12%. It's got some vitamin C in it, and it's supposed to help with like uneven skin tone. I've tried like 3 different products from The Ordinary so far. This one, another one I'm about to show you, and their retinol. For myself personally, I haven't seen much of any difference, so I don't think I'm going to be repurchasing products. Definitely, I'm gonna skip on their retinol in the future. I liked the formula, I just didn't feel like it did anything. But this one, today is the first day I woke up, and when I put this on, feeling my face, I felt like the texture was a little smoother. Now, it could be a combination of a whole bunch of different stuff that I'm doing these days. It might not specifically be this. Might be the only product of the 3 that I've tested out that I might repurchase in the future. I don't know. But, I did put this on first thing when I got up. And then I suffer from really bad puffy eyelid. This only started like maybe a year and a half ago. My skin is changing, so I decided to try out also this from The Ordinary. It's their caffeine solution, 5%. Granted, I've only been using it maybe a little less than a week, so it's probably a little too early to say whether it works or not, but I'm not seeing any difference. I let those sink in for maybe 30 minutes, and then I went in with this Clinique Super Dense City Block Daily Energy and Face Sunscreen Protector. I actually bought this off of Poshmark with some Poshmark credit because it was like much cheaper than buying it from Sephora. And I'm on the fence about this too so far, but I've been using it for a little less than a week. I like how it sinks into the skin, but it's rather thick and kind of tough to work into your skin. I'm iffy about this, but this is the sunscreen that I'm currently using. I'm trying to get into the habit of always putting sunscreen on my face, no matter the time of year, because I like the #1 anti-aging thing that you should do every day. I've been terrible about it. And then I did put on this Ultra Repair Moisturizer from First Aid Beauty. I use this daily, morning and night, although at night I switch this off with a more expensive moisturizer that I really like. I've got my base covered. Now I'm gonna test something out that I'm really not sure if it's gonna work for me. But my old primer needs to be tossed, so I've been testing out different primers underneath my HD Makeup Forever foundation that I've had forever. That's always been my go-to. But again, my skin is changing and I don't think I can use that foundation anymore. I've been on the hunt for some new primers and some new foundations to test out. And I saw in a bunch of Kathleen Light's YouTube videos, she has been recommending this Tower 28 Intensive Rescue Serum as a primer underneath her makeup. So I figured, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put it to the test because I'm desperate. I'm sick of my foundation looking absolutely cakey. My skin is just, it's not the same. And to go over top of it, I'm gonna try out this new foundation. This is the Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint. I did buy this online. Mine is in the shade Light 2. It looks a little bit light for me, although it might be okay. It's a gamble when you're trying to figure out your concealer and foundation online. I'm just too lazy to go to my locals for it because it's too convenient to buy stuff online. And then this is a new product that I have already tested out. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Dark Spots Corrector and Serum Concealer. Mine is in the shade Light Neutral 22. It comes with a little brush, and this I have been impressed by. Grateful for that because I bought the Milk Concealer a couple months ago and like, doesn't work for me.
This is like my new best friend.
So yeah, let's test out this primer, and it's not a primer, but we're gonna test it out. I'll try anything at least once. I don't even know what the consistency of this is. It's a clear, like kind of jelly consistency. Feels nice, actually. It's a little bit sticky as dry, so I'm gonna make sure that that settles in. It's been a couple minutes and it's still a little sticky. My bangs are way too short. I hate it so much. I'm just gonna get my bangs a little bit out of the way. Moment of truth. Let's try it. Probably not nearly enough, but I'm gonna go back to using my Sephora foundation brush. Vacuum's going, guys. I apologize. You know it's a CR Media Gal video when the vacuum's running. Unintentionally. Anyway, I've been using a Real Techniques beauty blender for the last couple years. I'm gonna try going back to my Sephora foundation brush and see if that also makes any difference. You know what? I like this foundation. This is actually the right shade. Holy crap. Amazed I actually got it right. That's enough coverage. This is more full coverage than I was expecting it to be. I do like this foundation for sure. So this was a good pick. I want to say it was around $25. I don't recall this being all that expensive. Reasonable, especially compared to the HD makeup foundation. When I used to buy that, it was like 60 bucks. It is impressive. It's just like, can you see? You might not be able to see. It's so embarrassing. But like, especially on my T-bone area, I'm not finding any primers sit well on. I do have another primer that I bought off of Sephora that I'm gonna test out as well. Obviously not today, but I think I'm gonna have to test out the other primer that I bought next go around. And in case you're curious, it's the Caloray So Blown Blurring Collagen Peptide Primer. People have been raving about this, so probably should have tried that today, but it's all right, we're gonna move on. Now I'm gonna go in with my IT Concealer and see if we can improve things a little bit. So while I'm doing this, I might as well kind of update you guys since it's been a year since my last personal video, in which I told you guys a bunch of like the health problems that I had going on. Not gonna go into that in detail here today. You can go back and watch that video. I'm sure I've already linked it above for you. I'm just gonna do a general overview here. A year ago, I had a hemorrhage in my right eye for my type 1 diabetes, and my left eye, as it turns out, when I went in to see a retinal specialist as an emergency case, was on the verge of hemorrhaging as well. So I started eye injections right away. And for the next, like, I'd say 8 months or so, or maybe more like 7 months, I was going consistently every single month and getting eye injections. And it slowly has expanded out to 2 months, then 3 months. Last time I was there in January was the 3-month mark. Basically, that was the appointment in which my retinal specialist was going to decide if I could go to 6 months officially or if I had to keep going every couple months. But I was doing so well that I graduated, so to speak, to I think the 4 or 5 month mark. And so I'll be seeing him again next month in May sometime. From there, I think it's either 6 months or it might actually go to once a year, which makes me a little bit nervous. I would almost rather just see him every 6 months just to be on the safe side, because like it was the scariest thing I've ever gone through, and I'm praying I never ever have to go through that again. Although I know realistically, as a type 1 diabetic who's had this for over 30 years, there's a very real possibility that it's gonna happen again. That's the nature of this disease. It's progressive, and the long-term wear and tear that it does to you is kind of inevitable. Not to sound pessimistic, it's just the truth. Oh, I'm really loving. I mean, obviously this is horrible lighting. I'm gonna have to show you in better lighting when I'm all done, but I am loving this combo together. I think I might have finally found something that works. Primer, not sold on. I'm gonna obviously keep using it and see if it gets any better. So anyway, things are going well with my eyes. I'm happy to say. I can still see a little bit of pooled blood from my hemorrhage over a year ago. And I was told that over time, it should go away, but I think by now, since it's been over a year, it should have gone away. He told me I can have surgery on it if it bothers me enough, but it doesn't. And it's not consistent. It's sometimes if I like look too quickly, it's a lot more noticeable, but if I do have surgery on it, then that means the injections that I've been getting and that have been so helpful to keeping my eyes healthy would not be as effective then. And I already told him, like, nope, I can live with it. It's really not a big deal. So yeah, I'll see him next month, and next month will basically determine if I can either go to the 6-month mark officially or the 1-year mark. It seems to change every time I see him, so we'll see. A couple months before that happened, I developed frozen shoulder in my right shoulder, and I went through PT in 2021 for the first half of 2021, and I'm happy to say between continuing to do my exercises twice every day, I have kept that up for the past year, little over a year now. Plus, I'd say like every month or so, my sister, who's a physical therapist, will stretch me, and that's helped tremendously as well. Between the two, it's gotten a lot better. I'm not at 100% though. I still have a ways to go, but without surgery, it can take 2 to 5 years to recover from frozen shoulders. So I can't imagine if I wasn't doing my exercises every day where I'd be at. I'd be a lot worse off. The only problem is, I'd say over the last like 6 weeks or so, my right shoulder has been starting to bother me. Both my sister and my orthopedic surgeon had warned me about this, that it's a lot more common for type 1 diabetics to develop frozen shoulder bilaterally, not unilaterally as I had. So I've got a couple more exercises that I'm supposed to start doing. I'm just praying that I don't end up having to go through the same crap with this shoulder, because honestly, I don't think I could go through this for another couple years. I mean, I couldn't even put a bra on until like the last 6 months or so. I could, but it was like redunculous. So yeah, that's the latest health-wise. What else? I have been having some real crazy blood sugar issues that are really outside of the norm for me. A lot more like insulin resistance related. I feel like I'm finally just coming out of having a recent bout of insulin resistance that lasted for like 2.5 days, which that's long for me. I am seeing my endocrinologist at the end of next month. Touch base with her and we'll see what kind of suggestions she gives me. By the way, all this stuff I'm sharing with you guys, I'm not looking for anybody's unsolicited advice, okay? I'm giving you like a general overview of my health and medically what I'm going through, but I'm working with professionals to get better. So like, please refrain from giving me unsolicited advice. I'm getting some weird advice from people on the internet. With all due respect, I've had diabetes for over 30 years. I think I know a thing or two about my own body and how to take care of my diabetes. So just want to preface that because it's the internet and everybody has an opinion, and people think even though you're not asking for advice that it's their job to give it to you. I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to use my Sephora eyebrow pencil. I'm old school. I paint my eyebrows on my face. And this is in number 6, soft charcoal. I'm looking like a ghost, so let's keep going. Sure, I should not be revealing this on the internet, but I still use my Kat Von D trusty concealer, so I'm gonna go in with that and bring some more life back into my face. So yeah, that's what's going on health-wise. Things are improving, I'm happy to say, for the most part. I'm still having some issues here and there, but like, you know, what happens with long-term type 1 diabetes? It's a roller coaster, round the clock, and you never get a break from it. People seem to think just because you've got insulin or you're wearing an insulin pump that you're good to go, and it's a 24/7 literal job. Some days are just exhausting, and sometimes you just need give yourself a break and say, okay, it's gonna do what it's gonna do, and I'm just gonna deal with the consequences, and that's that. And I've only touched upon this, and I'm only gonna touch upon it in this video as well, but definitely coming back to my faith the past year has helped tremendously with dealing with that. Oh, I'm going in now with the lighter options just in like my T-bone area, my nose, my chin, brighten things up a little bit. If you follow me on Instagram at all, I do sometimes share a little bit more of that side to my life. That's been not even just a huge comfort, it's been a huge help. I'm actually looking to start volunteering at the church I've been attending the past year because I love it so much and it's been so transforming for me. Which also brings me to a related topic. I quit my second job the week of Easter, actually. Let me do my eyes, and then I will tell you a little bit more about that because it's a story. I'm not going to go into it too much, but it was the right decision. I'm going to go in with this Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I love this. It's like a really pretty like rose gold. I just like to pop all over my eyelid when I just want to do a very basic, simple eye look. And today's just one of those days I can't be bothered to do anything more elaborate. And I'll bring that into my inner corner as well. A little of this stuff, by the way, goes a long way. While that is just setting in, I forgot to do this, so I'm gonna go back and do it. Can you tell I'm not a beauty guru? Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. This has been like all the rage.
I think it's a waste of money.
Fortunately, it wasn't that expensive and I will use it up. If I can get it open. I don't know if I can get this open. Here we go. I just bought these $3 puffers off of Amazon, so I'm just gonna use one of these today. Just to set under my eyes. I'm a makeup expert, so I'm doing this out of order, and ultimately, who cares? I feel like this does a whole lot of nothing. If you have a setting powder that you swear by, that you really like, feel free to leave that down in the comments for me. I'm trying everything to make this face more presentable day to day. And then I'm also going to use my Becca highlighter. It's completely broken. I refuse to toss this. I've had this for years because it's like the best highlighter. Just go in with my fingers and give myself a little bit of a glow. I still got to do my blush. I recognize that. That looks much shinier on camera than it is in person. I put a little above my lip. I'm doing all of this without my glasses on too, which is probably a big mistake. And then I actually like to go in with my blush sometimes over top of my highlighter just to dumb it down a little bit. And I've been using this NARS Orgasm for years and I still haven't hit pan on it. I love this. It's like the perfect pink. It's beautiful. Getting back to what I started to tell you guys earlier, I quit my second job. Ultimately, I just wasn't making enough money there. And I was questioning a lot of the time with all of this crazy back and forth I was doing to that job multiple times a week if financially it was really worth it, especially like in gas. I'm grateful to have had that second job. It's made me realize I need a second income, especially if I have a prayer of ever getting my own place. I need it. But I wasn't making enough money, and ultimately, not to go into it too much because it's a personal thing, but I felt like I was busting my butt for very little to no appreciation for what I was doing. And when I made a basic request to help me do my job more efficiently, I was met with backlash and excuses. And that made me realize, like, okay, I don't make enough money to stick around and put up with this. I've been in the workforce so long that I'm too old to put up with certain things anymore. So I did end up quitting right before Easter, which was not planned, but it's okay. I've decided that I'm gonna take my time finding a second job. Ideally, I would like to find something remote. I think that would help me so much. It would improve my mood. It would probably improve my sleeping. I think it would improve my mental health as well. My mental health took a nosedive this past year. Obviously, working a second job when you already have a full-time job, it is draining and exhausting, but tons of people do it. You know, like my brother-in-law works 4 jobs. Like, I don't even know how he finds time to sleep. So I'm not complaining about that. I just need something that's a better fit for me, that works for my lifestyle, that is more suited to me personally. So, you know, if I have to bother getting additional hours somewhere else, I want it to be something, doesn't have to be something I enjoy. I want the pay to be worth it. And ideally, having to rush back and forth between 2 jobs, it was like mentally just doing my head in, and physically. Again, I'd like to try and find something remote. So that's the plan. If it takes me a couple weeks to find it, or it takes me a couple months to find this second job, I'm willing to take my time just to make sure it's the best fit for me. Honestly, having a little bit of a breather from having to go back and forth somewhere else as well, it really hit me this past week after Easter, like how exhausted I really am. It's made me realize and appreciate certain things that I didn't before. You know what I mean? Right, now I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. H2O Proof Eyeliner Pen. I recently bought this because I bought one from, was it NYX? That I've had for maybe 2 months. I never got around to opening it, and when I finally opened it, it was completely dried out, even though I'd never taken the packaging off of it or anything. So I rushed out and bought this on a whim, and really do like it. It's got a really nice thin point. I am not the best at doing my eyeliner, so I'm gonna take the time to really concentrate and try and do this semi-decently. We'll see. That was a bigger wing, honestly, than I wanted to do, but it's fine. It's fine. This side always comes out so much better than this side. They're sisters, not twins. And then I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I swear they have changed the formula on this because this never used to smudge for me.
And now it does.
Ever since I bought my latest tube of it. I am still considering taking another hiatus this summer from YouTube. And by hiatus, I mean like maybe doing 2 videos a month instead of like more regularly like I do in the fall and into the winter. I've been consistent with that lately as it is, doing a video like every other week. That's worked out really well, so I'm probably gonna continue to do that, but I'm thinking maybe even in the summer doing 1 video less. Just because, as most of you know, spring and summer are not my favorite seasons. I'm one of those weirdos that hates the heat and the humidity and sweating my tits off. I'm so miserable in the summer. Just not as inspired to do content. And really, I mentioned this in my last update video that I wanted to get back into writing. Well, it's been a year and I still haven't. So I feel like I really need to take the time, especially this summer, to do more writing. Again, by hiatus, I mean that I'm not just gonna disappear for like 3 months. Still gonna do uploads every now and again, but especially until we start seeing more like fall stuff in stores in like mid to end of July. You guys know me, I'm a fall girl, I'm a winter girl. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. I just wanted to make like the newer subscribers aware that that's something I tend to do. I've been doing it for a couple years actually. You might not even notice that I have a lesser schedule in the spring and summer of uploads. I feel like uploading every other week is something that I can consistently stick to. I just don't know come sometime in May, beginning of June for sure, whether I'm even gonna keep that up. You can also always check my community tab. I regularly give you guys updates on videos, like when videos are gonna be posted and whatnot. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated in the community tab on my channel. So you can always check there if you're wondering where I've disappeared to. I haven't disappeared. I just probably decided to take my hiatus. All right, so this is my face. I will show you in natural lighting here in a moment. Overall, I really love this foundation and this concealer. These are gonna be my go-to for sure. The Tower 28 serum as a primer, it's an improvement for sure. I can tell a difference and I'm gonna keep using it obviously, but I'm not quite convinced that this is it. We'll definitely update you guys once I try out this primer. Now I'm going to set my makeup with this NYX Matte Finish spray. Let my Matilda bangs down. And yeah, let me take you out here and show you in more natural lighting. You can probably hear my ceiling fan running. It's in the 80s here. It's April and it's in the 80s here in Pennsylvania.
I hate summer. I hate it.
And it's not summer yet, but it sure feels like it. This is the finished look for today. Again, I am no makeup artist, so please don't come for me in the comments. I'm in that stage right now where my skin is evolving and changing, and so I'm testing all sorts of different things out. This is the finished look for today. I need to now get ready because I'm actually going to meet a friend for lunch. I totally ended the video and didn't even show you the lipstick I put on and the outfit, so you can tell I'm out of practice with doing this particular kind of content. The lipstick that I have on is lipstick that I always use. It's from Black Moon Cosmetics. It's in a really pretty, like, more on the brown side of nude. So I just have that all over my lips. And then outfit-wise, this boxy white basic tee that I showed in my recent ASOS try-on haul. You can go back and watch that. Curious to know more about it. And then I'm wearing my crossover jeans. The brand is Sound Style. I got these at TJ Maxx. Accessory-wise, I'm going to use my crossover Kate Spade color block purse and my mustard yellow Converse. I love these. I don't get to wear them enough, so I'm going to break these out today. So yeah, that is my finished look and my outfit of the day. I'm going to end the video here. I hope you are all doing well. Thanks for checking out my video and for getting ready with me, and let me update you on some personal things that are going on. I know I don't show a lot of my personal life. That's deliberate. I do, to some extent, want to let you guys in a little bit more. So I thought this would be a fun way to test out new products and get to know a little more about what's been going on with me lately. If this is the first video you've clicked on, please be sure to subscribe before you leave. I do a lot of mainly fashion related content on this channel, but also a lot of fall and winter related content. I know we're going into spring and summer, and if you're a spring and summer person, this might not be the channel for you, but I do a lot of that on here as well. So yeah, I'm blabbering. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye. Where's my blush? What happened to my blush? I'm gonna use this Charbet. So yeah, ooh. But I was doing so.